Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, we got the Thor fusion going live right now. We're going to go through that in this video. I do want to call out that in my previous video of Thor, I actually did not upgrade his skills. I was thinking to myself, I want to do a video where I show him without skill books and then upgrade to skill books so you can see the difference for people that don't have them. And what that meant was all of my kind of like showcase actually had him down a reasonable level because his A2, which is a massive hit, took an extra turn to cool down, and his A3, which is a massive hit, took an extra turn to cool down. That also meant that his passive did not proc as many times as it could do in stuff like Hydra. So I actually massively reduced his damage output. So what I'm going to do here and now, just before we get into the Thor fusion, is actually just rerun the team that I had in the mix and just show you guys what the damage output is at that point. You can go back and check my other video. All of the other info in the video is basically accurate. In fact, one thing I will change now that I'm doing a rerun is just reconsider his blessing. I also want to call out that there's been some of the creators found out that War Master was giving stacks towards Sky Rupture. That's actually a bug. It shouldn't have been doing that. We were told it wouldn't do that beforehand, and when I saw that it was doing that, I was like, hold on, we were literally just told that's not something that works. And obviously the guys tested it, it was working, but it shouldn't have been working. So just kind of like take that into account. I guess it's still crushing Rend at 5-star. I've got him 5-star because I'm on the test server. So, you know, if you're a newer player and you've only got him like, I don't know, if he's your only legendary that had a blessing, you might run something like Brimstone. But for Hydra, providing you've got other people doing cruelty already, I think you're going to want to run Crushing Rend to just ignore as much defense as we can. Do I have cruelty running in this team? I've got a couple with cruelty. This is a PvP blessing, but it's kind of okay. Maybe I switch this out for this. No, I'll leave it. I'll leave it so it's more even. Okay, so I'm going to get this team running. We've basically got Teox bringing in Thor for more damage here and there. The additional books as well, by the way, are just going to give me more damage per hit. So there's a lot of additional damage that's going to come out from that upgrade of skills. It's really, really going to be impactful. And I think we hit something like 80 million by turn count 35 with the same squad before that change. So we'll see how that looks after the change. Okay, so whilst that is running through, we can check out the Thor Fusion Planner. Now, the way this is going to work is it's called a, what's it they call it? It's a hybrid fusion. So that means that you've got 4 epics that you need to collect fragments for. You then turn those epics into Thor the Legendary. And I did mention this in a video recently. We were hoping for Champion Chase next week, but it's not next week, it's this week. So what does that mean? You're going to have a Spider, Artifact, Champion Training, and hopefully Dungeon Divers done before the end of this Champion Chase tournament, which means that you could turn 1 epic into Champion Chase points and get yourself an extra 350 points for Champion Chase. But because Champion Chase is early, you don't get the benefit really of holding onto the epics as much. I guess you could hold on to the kind of like fusion of stuff for a clan v clan. I think, no, is that going to fall on the 17th? I think it does. Or is it this Tuesday? Did we have one this Tuesday just gone? I can't even remember. But you get some points anyway for fusing new champions for that. But I wouldn't let that get in the way of your plan. So we've got Spider here, which dovetails into Dungeon Divers. I would probably hold off starting Spiders until the Dungeon Divers is live, because Dungeon Divers tends to be one of the hardest things to do. We've got a Champion Training event that's already live in game, where obviously you get points for leveling up your champs. You should definitely check out one of the earn 4 times the amount of points you can for Champion Training events. I've done a ton of these. I'll just show you what they look like. I'll ping one down below. Easy search though. Hell Hades, Champion Training. If I could type trick. See if that pings it up at the top. ×4 point hack. You need this trick. ×4 the points. Food strategy. I've done a few of these and they're still super relevant, okay? They're really relevant for these champion training events to get it done easy, very easy, okay? Champion chase is going to be down to, do you have shards or not? They're also running a 2 times on sacreds this weekend at the same point of having like Freya as a Brucey bonus. Generally with champion chase, you use ancient shards and you save sacreds and voids for a summon rush, because summon rush is just harder to get the points on. So you're going to need to make decisions here, depending on the type of player you are, depending on the type of resources you've got, whether you're going to do that or not. If you're like me, you've probably just used all your void shards to try and get Odin just recently. So if you're not a spender, generally champion chase, you're hoping to get epics and the odd legendary off an ancient to get lucky on point scoring, and then make it up with mystery shards and, you know, buying stuff from the market and all that type of thing. Whereas a summon rush, you tend to save your sacreds and stuff for that. Classic arena is just, are you active or not? We've got dragons starting here, which will just go into the dungeon divers. So have a quick look to see what turn count we're on. Okay, we're still doing well. Everyone's still alive. That's good. We then go into like the second phase. So you've got the second artifact event. It's just, are you saving your silver? Are you making more silver through selling your crap gear? Are you making more silver through things like your clan gold? Are you making more silver through forging crap items and selling them on? Again, I've done like fusion guides before. I could do another one if people want me to do it. We've got Dungeon Divers event in the middle here, kind of like half of this Dragon tournament will help, half of this Fire Night will help, but you tend to need to spend about 2,200 to 2,500 energy for each of these different tournaments to get them done, unless you're a newer player. So bear that in mind for your energy, bear that in mind for your gems. We get into the second half here, and you've got Champion Training Tournament. This allows books to be used to get extra points. We've got the third artifact event. Again, it's just making sure you've got silver in the bank. The summon rush is going to be down to, do you have shards available or not? And then we've got Dungeon Divers, Classic Arena, Ice Golem, and Champion Training. So Dungeon Divers will get done through the Champion Training and Ice Golem, probably, and Gems, because the Dungeon Divers are really hard nowadays. Classic Arena is being active. And then they've snuck in at the bottom here a second Summon Rush. This is interesting. So, this is interesting. And this one's over like a Tuesday to Thursday event. It's enough points to deal with both of the summon events. But we can't guarantee it's going to be good. It's probably split into 2 lots of 25 points as well. It's very hard when you can't foresee what that's going to look like. It's very hard. But what it does mean, and it might be the first time they've done this, it's right at the end. So if that FOMO sets in right at the end, people might end up spending money to do it. I wonder if that's what they're trying to do here. But still, you could kind of hold all shards if you wanted to and just go for your luck on this summon rush. The only thing I'd say with Champion Chase and the kind of like Freya event is that you do have a 2 times on Sacreds, which does mean that you're going to have a better chance than normal of getting a legendary. And a legendary with Champion Chase means that you get higher point scoring. So, okay, everyone just got wrecked. I'll restart it because I did get to turn count 35 every time last time. I think I just got wrecked by the head of Wrath there in a weird one. But I do want to show you the comparable damage type. I wonder if I've taken gear off of any of these since I did that video. Possible. It's possible. Anyway, I'll let it run one more time. We'll see. And yeah, we'll come back then. But I don't know, guys. Look, there is another 50 to get. So if you've got shards aplenty, then this is going to be a relatively easy event. But it's always a grind. Every single fusion that has ever existed has been a grind. It's a full 2-week event. You're only going to get this champ if you're active. That's generally the way they do it, okay? So it's not a new news story. Do watch out for, though, these Dungeon Diver events, because they tend to be where people miss fragments because they're such a long grind. You almost forget they're on. And they're really hard nowadays. The best efficiency to do these is beating level 20 dungeons. And that's efficiency in terms of energy per run. Obviously, if you want just better gear and you've got plenty of resources, so you can just go for hard dungeons. But efficiency is level 20 dungeons. So bear that in mind when you're doing this as well. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I think Thor is actually pretty damn solid. Like, way stronger than I ever thought he was going to be. Saf did do some checking, actually, in terms of code this morning. I'm sure he'll do, like, an in-depth video. But he has found that his A2, which is an AoE hit, but ramps up damage over hits, it is coded as if it is a single target damage hit each time. So although it says the words AoE, they are single target hits, which is why we are getting a lot of damage in Hydra, because Hydra heads have actually got inbuilt mechanics to reduce the damage that you take from AoEs. And this guy on his A2 is not doing technically AoEs, which means you're just getting a ton more damage out of that A2 hit than, I guess, than should be done on a Hydra head. So I guess bear that in mind. We do get these A1s coming in to support Teox. I got a cool one actually in my previous video where he hit like 4 times in a row with his A1, which is pretty damn mental as well. I don't know, guys. I'm seeing mixed opinions on Thor. He is a straight out damage dealer, so it's not like there's not other damage dealers in the game. But I do think he's a pretty damn juicy one, honestly. I think he's got a lot of what you need going on for cool Hydra stuff and for like general nukage. So it's obviously always down to whether you guys feel like it's worth it or not. Don't know why we're hitting the only head that can't take any damage here. But yeah, I'll let this run through to 35 and see where we get to. Okay, so coming in towards the end of the 35 turns, coming up now. And yeah, I mean, what is it? It's probably 10% more damage than what I did before. And honestly, you know, like I'm going full auto on Hydra, which is what I tend to do, honestly. So I just think this guy has got huge potential for people. Yeah, make your own decisions. But I've seen enough, you know, other creator videos and stuff like that where he's just going to get pretty silly pretty quick, I think. So there you go, guys. Thor is out there. The events start today. And yeah, do what you want to do for this one, but I'm going to go for him. I'll see you in the next one.